I would like to say that perhaps my moment right here is living proof that a failure can redirect you. And of course, in case you're wondering, of course I'm referring to 8th grade 1978. It was probably one of my worst years ever. And I was kind of looking at like, oh my God, high school is coming, and I kind of felt like I needed to get a running start on high school. And I realized that I didn't have to do what my parents told me to do. I come from a long line of flat-footed Lutherans who always play in marching bands, and it was just assumed that that was my path. Now, none of us are musical virtuosos. It's just kind of like you're born, you're assigned an instrument, and then you go to college and you play in a marching band. But I wanted something kind of snazzier, and so even though I am a little clumsy, I thought that I would be great playing basketball. Now, I can't really explain how somebody that was 5'1" and clumsy thought this was a good idea. And the only explanation I can give you is that both my sister and my father are over 6 feet tall. And my father was this amazing basketball prodigy back in the day. So it was almost like I felt like a Nepo baby. I've got a tall parent, I've got a basketball parent, I'm doing this. To all of our surprise, I tried out for the team and I got on the team, and it was very exciting. I thought, well, this is easy. Look at how easy that was. I tried out and now I'm an athlete. And, but this is a failure night, so you know that's not how this story is gonna end. So I'm doing great. I'm really nervous before our first big game, and my dad takes me out to shoot some hoops at night, and it's one of those like sort of chilly September nights, and I'm loving that I'm kind of having this basketball bonding moment with my dad. And then I jump up high and I come down hard and I twist my ankle and I break my foot. I know. So I end up, because this is the 70s, in one of those ridiculous like 14-pound plaster casts on my leg. And the coach, to her credit, is very nice. She's like, you're still an important part of the team. I've got just the job for you. You can be our equipment manager. And I thought, well, this isn't really the snazzy life change that I was looking for. But I was too much of a people pleaser to say no. And also I was on crutches, so really I couldn't carry the equipment too well. So anyway, the other thing the equipment manager did was that they were the scorekeeper. Now, I didn't realize until then that I am so comforted by rules, so I got to learn all the rules. Like when you have the ball, you've got 5 seconds to dribble it, shoot it, or pass it. Didn't know that. If you're going down the court, you've got 10 seconds to get to the middle of the court, right? Didn't know that. Also, maybe all of you knew this, I didn't. I was surprised by this at halftime, or whatever it's called. They switch, right? So if you're down there and you're getting the ball in that net, and then at halftime they switch it, so you're putting the ball in that net. I don't know. I mean, as a marching band person, you don't pay attention to who's switching what. So anyway, so I got to keep the rules, and also teams were allowed 5 timeouts. So I was in charge of the rules, and I was in charge of the scoreboard, and most importantly, I was in charge of speaking into the microphone. And all of the sudden, I was like, oh my God, I wish I cared more about sports because I sound amazing in this arena. So everything is going really swimmingly, and we're right at the part where we're in regionals and we're ready to play off to go to state. So it's the last 2 best of the best teams, and I've kind of settled into my role, and I'm loving the microphone. And we were, you know, it's like 60 seconds left. We're down by 1. It's a very tight game. And there's 60-second left, and the guy, this like stereotypical barrel-shaped, track-suited coach makes the timeout thing, and I go, because he'd already used his timeouts, and I didn't know the hand signal for you've already used all your 5 timeouts, so I just went, And so then the clock cart's going down, and then 15 seconds later, he comes in, he's not quite jabbing my chest, but he wants to, and he goes, I need a timeout right now. And I was like, but you've already used your timeouts? And he goes, I have not. And then I was like, behold the clipboard. Maybe the clipboard could help us in this dilemma. And I'm looking at the clock, and it's going down, and in about 18 seconds left, he can no longer contain his irritation at me, and he leans over and he touches my scoreboard and he pushes the buzzer. And everybody stops. Yes? That's it, the end. Just kidding. He stops the game. And the ref comes over and yells at him. He says, I know I've used all my timeouts. I think she just got nervous and screwed up. I know. So then the ref yells at me. I don't have words as a 14-year-old to say, like, WTF, dudes. I don't have those words yet. And so then he says to the ref, hey, listen, since she stopped the game, can I go ahead and swap out one of my players? And in the moment, the ref looks at me, and I can feel he's like telepathing his apologies to me because he now realizes the whole jig is up. What are you going to do? There's like 12 seconds left. He says, fine. We restart the game. And the girl forgot about the switching thing. So she starts running down to our basket. And her whole team is trying to play defense to not have her do this. But the coach had said to her, you go win us state. And so she said, okay. And so then there's 3 seconds left, and she sets it up, and it goes up, and it goes in, and it's nothing by net, and the crowd goes wild. Because nobody knows who's won the game. The coach, Mr. Whatchamacallit, makes this comment that he read somewhere that in sports, it doesn't really matter where the ball ends up. It only matters who threw it. No. But in that moment, I got to see firsthand. First of all, I'm not an athlete, and I never really will be, not with sports with balls. And second of all, karma, man. Sometimes karma comes right back around, bites you in the butt within like less than 24 hours.